Hello everyone. I just want to catch up on the idea of around haters and jealous energy. When we're at a level where we don't feel like we should be getting it, a lot of people who feel like they've been targeted in some way through harassment or some other kind of method of manipulation or whatever, what kind of peer pressure, whatever it is, we notice that, you know, we don't understand why. And while we might sorry well, we might expect that when we feel like we've accomplished what we feel like our goal is, but when we're first starting out, it I think it takes us off guard because we're like, okay, I don't understand why I'm receiving all this vitriol, why and I'm not saying that I experienced like a whole bunch of hate in my life, but you know, just the amounts of the times when it's obvious when people are trying to get to you, to press your buttons for whatever reason, or you can tell when they're manipulating you through manipulative tactics, which do happen, as we all know, but we don't expect it to happen at certain stages in our life, or we might, but not to the level. I think we feel like we kind of expect it at a certain level of success that we'll get haters, but we don't expect it when we're first kind of starting out. And I think that kind of takes us off guard. We're like, I know it surprised me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not to the level like where I want to be, but I'm seeing these people act like they're giving off jealous vibes. Obviously, not everyone, but there will be a few people who, when they talk to you or you mention something and you're not boasting, you're just mentioning it, they get like this look in their face, the demeanor changes, their tone, the energy they give off. You know what I'm talking about? That sort of thing. Like, you don't expect it, and it's like, well, well, they share their stuff and you're happy for them, or you listen and you're not jealous. What's the difference? And even if you are like, well, I would like to be at that state or something, you don't feel the need to manipulate or to throw a wrench in their life just because you don't want them to succeed or whatever. You generally feel happy, or you at least acknowledge that someone else can succeed in life and you don't feel the need to bring them down. At the very least, you don't need to bring them down. But it's interesting because when you first start out, you're like, well, what are they tripping off of? And it doesn't matter. It can be any stage in your life where you'll get these. They can be any little thing that they might feel threatened by. And it's interesting because you don't see it, but maybe they do. It's obviously something that triggers that emotion in them. And so the only thing you can do is limit your interaction with these people. If it's at work, just keep it at work. That's what I do. If a person shows signs of manipulation or backstabbing or jealous or kind of someone who wants to trigger you, purposefully, and they've already showed that who they are, you don't need to hang out with them. You don't need to give them any more of your time than what you are willing to do. Keep it at work. Keep it at certainly family dynamics if it's family, and then just be able to walk away. You owe it to yourself to focus on yourself. Focus on developing your self-worth, your journey. Again, people are going to hate on whatever. That's fine. That's them. Focus on you, and it's not selfish to focus on you. That's basically what you have to do in life. And yes, if you have other obligations such as children or some kind of family dynamic, caregiving, whatever, obviously you have other people to care for, but you also still need to care for yourself. Now, well, and if you're in a situation where you don't have to care for someone else to that extent, you definitely don't have to care for someone who wants to just bring you down or siphon your energy or whatever. They've already shown that they're not worth your time with the kind of BS behavior that they're putting forth. When they try to instigate things, try to like make little jabs at you, they've already shown you who they are. And you don't need to like, oh, well, maybe they'll like me if I do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just be yourself. And if that is, I'm sorry for the noise, if that is a problem, they're just going to have to deal with it, because it's not up to you to make them feel better. They need to make themselves feel better. They need to focus on their journey and not yours. They need to focus on themselves. And while, yes, complicated emotions do arise, you're not supposed to, lash out at other people for trying to be successful or focusing on themselves. I'm sorry, again, sorry about the noise. But anyways, that's what you've got to do. And, you're going to get haters from that. You're going to get people who want to siphon your energy. You're going to get people who want to manipulate you to get things out of you. And I'm sure you've all ran into it. And some people even try peer pressure or harassment techniques. What you got to do is be able to just focus away from that and focus on yourself. Okay, so there's a lot of noise going on, and I'm sorry. I'm going to stop the video. It's my neighbors. Very sorry about that. But anyways, focus on yourself and focus on your journey. And don't take a lot of BS from other people who are just there to siphon your energy and don't care about you. Okay, I'm going to leave now, figure out what's going on. I'll be back later.